How do we use mantra on a path toward omnipotence? All right, that is the question for today. The question for number 105 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. If you'd like to get a full listing of all 144 of the fractal faculties, just click the link in the description, and I will send that out to you for free. Also, if you'd like to just get a quick refresher course on your Tree of Life, watch my video, Tree of Life, A Short Introduction. That should get you to the point where you're able to follow along with all my videos here on this series. Okay, now number 105 is, now remember, the Tree of Life is more or less a map of our consciousness. And each one of the circles or spheres here is an aspect of our consciousness or a faculty of our consciousness. These spheres are numbered 0 through 10, and with the 0 being above the tree. And then there is also an abyss here. So there's a total of 12 different aspects of consciousness or faculties of consciousness mapped out by the tree. Now today for number 105, we're sitting here in the third sphere. This is where we're located for today, number 105. And so what is the third sphere? Well, the third sphere is one of our divine faculties of consciousness, along with the second and the first sphere. These correspond to omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. So omnipotence, all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-present. All-powerful here at the third sphere. So this all-powerfulness comes from being able to synchronize sound. This whole side over here is an auditory, our auditory side, and this here is our visual side. And the auditory, the omnipotence comes from the syllables of the alphabet, or the letters of the alphabet put up into syllables. And each one of the spheres corresponds to a certain letter combination. So for example, this fifth sphere here corresponds to HLR, whole, and then you use, you ground it, put it into the ground, plant it into the ground of our, ether with an M, an NG, or K. So, ho ring. And when chanted over and over again, which is called japa, at the right rhythm, basically creating standing waves. A standing wave, is a wave that just stands there, and eventually it kind of congeals into something actually solid. And so, using that, we are able to actually get on the wavelength of that faculty of consciousness. And then ultimately, the third sphere, the omnipotence, is really about the fulfillment of our higher calling that we declared here at the seventh sphere. We declare to ourselves, our higher calling, our mission in life, what we're here for. And at the third sphere, by activating all of our different faculties and using them when required in context, according to the situation, we are able to actually fulfill our higher calling, or parts of it. And so that is really kind of what the third sphere is about. Now, the third sphere being one of our 12 faculties of consciousness. But how do we get from the 12 to the 144 fractal faculties, or minor faculties of consciousness? We take the tree to the second power. 12 times 12 is 144. So what we're doing is we're taking all 12 of the aspects of the tree and shrinking it down, the whole tree, to a size of a sphere itself. So we're basically superimposing a whole tree on the 10th sphere and superimposing a whole tree on the 9th sphere. etc. And again, superimposing a whole tree on the third sphere. So we're taking the third sphere, all the spheres, and we're breaking each one of them down into their 12 components. So we have 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, and so on, for a total of 144 different fractal faculties. So within the third sphere, within this omnipotence sphere, we have a mini aspect of a 10th sphere, and a mini 9th sphere, and a mini 8th sphere, and a mini 7th sphere, and so on. Today, we are actually looking at the mini third sphere within the third sphere. So that's what we're looking at. So basically, we're looking at kind of the essence of the third sphere, or, the third sphere manifesting within the third sphere. And number 105 is called creative formulae. Stage number 105 is about the combinations of the syllables that unleash specific powers when synchronized for their systematic use in life situations, similar to chemical formulae. Omnipotence is about fulfilling our potential. We all have many abilities, but most are untapped. Mantra enables us to tap all of our faculties. Each sphere can be accessed with mantra, combined with the proper rhythms and synchronization, along with visualizations. The creative formula or the sentences are called hekau. Heka is the singular. Hekau do not work for selfish purposes. They must be underlaid by a genuine detachment from lower interest, from lower callings, and plugged into higher callings. Our personal pleasure must follow our will, and not the other way around. Mantra is a trick to occupy the left brain with meaningless words. Hekau. Occupying the left brain shuts down thought. Our thoughts are coming from the left brain, but when we use chanting, then it blocks us from being able to voice our thoughts with our left brain, even though the mantra themselves are meaningless. They don't have meaning, they have power. So we're basically substituting a power for the meaning of our thought processes and our trains of thought. We are voicing sentences that have no meaning, only power, which is 1 over S, or energy per time. 1 over space, or energy per time. The 9th sphere is Va. 8th sphere is Ai. 7th sphere, Kl, KL. 6th sphere is Her, HR. 5th sphere is Hor, HLR. The 4th sphere is Shri, SHRI. The 3rd sphere is Kri, KRI. And the 2nd sphere is Hu, HU. And the 1st sphere is Au, AU, as in Aum. These syllables have to be grounded with an NK or an NG, a K or an M. Start the hekau sentences with Aung or Aum or Om. You're identifying yourself with the higher self at the start of the sentence, and then you put in the relevant syllables for the particular sphere that you're trying to activate. Synchronize the hekau with breathing, achieved by repeatedly nesting something inside itself, called recursion. Use a count and breathe in 1, 2, hold 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5, 6, and then out breath 7, 8, and then back to the start while we chant the mantra in our head. The Hekau provides the structural framework, like a funnel, that orders their coming into being. Sound waves must be translated into images. Chanting fills the time with a set of images, structures woven into the energy matter substratum, depending upon frequency. Complementary relationship between music or sound and geometry. Structure is in time over space, wherein reside the shaping forces of our behavior and physiological functions. For example, a scale, musical scale, is a spiral. An octave comes back around to the same spot, but on a higher level. So music or sound is audible geometry. Musical harmonies are geometrical shapes and rhythms as well. The Hekau generates the underlying etheric structure. Omnipotence is based upon the principle of plenitude. If it is not forbidden by the laws of nature, then it occurs. Not a granting of rights, but a limitation of the fundamental laws. Okay, that's number 105, the third fractal of the third sphere, creative formulae. And there will be more to be said about that as we roll along, and maybe we dip into this topic a little deeper. But that's what is going to get us started here. So if you'd like to get that complete listing of all 144 fractal faculties in basically an abstract form, just click the link in the description. I'll send that out to you for free. You can also donate to the channel, donate to the projects on this channel through Venmo or Cash App listed in the description. Otherwise, stay tuned for future videos in this series. Number 106 will be rolling out by tomorrow. And otherwise, have a beautiful day, and we hope to see you soon.